It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
And welcome to another Flight Fight. Sarah, this is a Knob Creek 100 proof Flight Fight.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it didn't seem like we would have been able to do this that long ago, but they came out with the 15-year, the 12-year at 100 proof, and then they just brought the 9-year age statement back to the 100 proof. So,
right. Well, and that's pretty much what we got in here, but let's run through them all. Sarah, what's in this flight?
In this flight, all at 100 proof, we have Knob Creek Small Batch Non-Age Stated, Knob Creek Small Batch 9-year, Knob Creek 12-year, and Knob Creek Limited Edition 15-year.
For 100 proofers, man, we do love the 120 single barrel.
The one that's not in here.
Yeah, and the picks, but if we had put that single barrel in here,
it would have stood out.
Yeah, completely. So,
and people have been asking for this flight, and I think it's because their point being, like, I could get a single barrel at a higher proof point for less than the 12 and the 15 year.
Yes.
Or should I just get, since they're at 100 proof, should I just get the regular small batch, especially with the age statement coming back to it for much less?
For $25.
I think that's what we want to answer.
Completely. We run the gamut here of a $25, both the non-age stated and now with the 9-year age statement back, all the way up to $100 for that 15-year LE. Is it worth it? Let me work it.
I knew you were going to go there. I heard it in my head and I was like, all right.
Lay down, flip it, and reverse it. Okay.
I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, we will.
But I'm not going to do any of that stuff that you said.
Oh, dang.
So.
Okay. Bourbonnais.
Oh, that is a nice Jim Beam nose.
I think it's from Jim Beam. Yeah, this one is nice and syrupy.
Kind of comes off a little sweet on the nose.
Yeah, it's one of those noses where you think it should be really like viscous and syrupy in the mouth.
Nice toasty note.
Woo.
All right.
Okay. Hey, that's a good start.
It's a good start. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. It's a little light. The finish is a little abrupt. I feel like it's like those real nice flavors and what starts to become a mouthfeel kind of just was bang into a wall.
Bang.
And then it finishes. And you're like, that just stopped.
I see what you mean. It is sort of a quick finish, but that
Bang.
that initial palate's, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. It's a little harsh. Like, I feel like I'm still breathing heat from a 100 proof, and it's not like good spicy. I don't know. It just feels like a little aggressive. I don't know, but I don't like to give too much on the first time around. So who knows? Come back through again, I might be singing its praises. I really like the nose on this one. I think it smells a little more well-rounded than less just straight up syrup.
I feel it's less Knob Creeky or Jim Beamy.
I agree with that too.
It smells more subdued.
Slightly more floral?
Yes, it smells like it would be less of a great mouthfeel. Not that A had an exceptional mouthfeel, but at least the nose kind of lets you believe that it might.
I don't know if I'm aligned with that, but
there can be only one right answer. And it's right over here. More.
The mouthfeel is nice, but it's more char.
Yes.
The char really builds towards the
what I was
finish.
gonna say,
Yeah.
Not as much of a punch compared to A.
No.
Little building. Starts to build. The other one was just kind of there from the onset and then quickly went away. And it was more front of the tongue. I feel like this one's more all over the mouth, and it builds.
Yeah.
A little longer finish.
It does. It crescendos. It starts out a little softer and it becomes really intense, like right now. I think it's, if you want to call it smoother than A, less of that, like afterwards, I don't feel like I'm like,
yeah. This one has more, maybe it's tobacco. It's got a little bit of a, barrel tobacco little...
Which might make you think it's older.
Maybe, but...
But older than what? I mean...
Older than what?
The lowest age statement we have is 9-year, which it could be that,
Actually, the lowest age statement is no age statement.
Well, that's what I mean, but of the age statements.
Of the stated ages.
9 is the lowest, which is not young.
Correct.
This one smells more like outdoorsy woods to me.
This one smells more like Jim Beam, and in that, I mean a Jim Beam label.
I don't know if I get... This one is almost the most... it's difficult for me to pin down what's going on.
Fruity,
it's very
nutty in a different way.
Light.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh,
But still.
There's the nutty.
I feel like this one's a bit off the map.
But familiar?
Kind of. The finish has a familiar quality.
Oh, it is more woodsy. It's more like pine.
Yeah.
Pine and foliage and forestation and...
It has baking spices and pepper and a little bit of citrus and
Pricklier.
toasty woods and
Yeah.
pricklier. Yeah.
Pricklier.
Oh, this might be my favorite nose.
This is a
so
good
far.
nose.
This is my favorite nose so
Good
far.
nose.
Maple,
Brown sugar.
little chocolatey.
Nuttiness.
I like it. It smells really rich.
Little, maple syrup. Classic. Classic, Sarah. Maybe a little drier than the other three, but I don't mind it. So it's not an excessive dryness. Just comparatively to the other three, it might be just kind of bunching up
Just
the
a
tongue.
little.
Just a
I get
little.
it on the finish, but I really like that nose a lot.
But it kind of helps towards that whole campfire outside type of vibe.
I get more like kitchen spices, but it is dry. It's almost like, I mean, not like licking cinnamon, because if you've ever done that, it's not that pleasant, but with texture, it's a little, it makes me keep wanting to go for water.
Sure.
But I like the flavors.
Me too.
So,
And on that second sip, I got what you were talking about. You said sort of baking spices, right? Yeah, it's more you're in the kitchen as opposed to
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit sweeter, more dessert oriented of the four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like my cozy.
Right,
You know,
your cozy.
My cozy smell. I liked that on the nose.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Well, I think that might just be the
yeah,
four.
I think it's accumulation, but
right.
like finally.
We've reached the point where we
Thank
are
you.
warm. Yeah.
Thank you, Kentucky Hug. Okay, so we've done all four. This is where we take a little break. We walk off into the sunset.
I might even have a pretzel.
Yeah, have a pretzel or some crackers or something. Let our tongues come back down to room temperature. We come back. We do round two. But while we wait, Sarah, you know what the perfect time this is a perfect time for?
I have a feeling that you're going to tell me.
Yes, perfectly time for it is. Wow, this went wrong. To tell you about our home on the internet, it is whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get the t-shirts that both of us are wearing. Hey,
This one's a new long
this
sleeve.
is a long sleeve.
For fall, even though I don't know what the temperature's like where you are.
Exactly. Drink More Bourbon long sleeve with a different color
It's
on there.
very soft.
It's where you can get our Glencairns back in stock soon. You can get our water glasses. We have rocks glasses.
Oh my God.
Challenge coins coming soon, and more. I mean, probably even our hoodies now.
Probably.
Yeah, they're probably on the site right now.
There's probably some
Hoodies!
cold weather gear.
Yeah,
over there.
at whiskyambitions.com.
You can visit patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and become a member of our, become a patron, a member of our Patreon community for as little as $1 a month.
Yeah.
We'll put out polls like, what episode do you want to see next? We'll ask you your opinion about merch. We'll give you after the episode exclusives called Another Round with Chad and Sarah and a patron-only podcast with also more coming soon. All the time. Coming
All
soon.
the time. All
many
right,
times?
so we're going to go sit down. We'll be back. See you soon. And we're back. Welcome back. It's round two. This is where everything comes to light.
I'm like, I don't know what you're doing.
Usually don't either.
Very excited.
But here we go with A again. I'm
I'm
anxious
actually
to
excited.
revisit it.
Yeah. I get a little more burnt marshmallowy
Uh-huh.
going on, but still a classic Jim Beam nose on this one. But I'm getting more definitely than the first time through.
A little more ooey gooiness.
Yeah. I mean, when I say burnt marshmallow, I mean you got to catch that sucker on fire and then you got to shake it until it's
I
out.
don't like it. It always flies off the stick.
Nope.
Shake it too hard.
The world's perfect marshmallow. I would need a marshmallow unless it was caught on fire first. Still, that ha. But
ha.
I'm getting more of the flavors through this time. More
Yes, same.
toasty, almost
Dry.
deep dark graham cracker, but a little dry in the way
graham
that a graham
cracker.
cracker would be if you didn't have anything to drink when you were
Okay.
eating it.
I'm sort of getting, to go with your s'more analogy,
A little.
the chocolate part of it. It kind of went sort of Hershey's milk chocolate type of, maybe a little darker though.
But I still think there's a lot of barrel influence on this.
I agree.
And it gets a little dry and definitely with the heat and the char at the finish. I'm like,
I like it a lot more in round two than I did in
Agreed.
round one. But you know, round one A is always tough. I'm getting now a savory note.
is it a steak, Chad? Let
No.
me guess. It's a steak.
Not a steak, Sarah.
Is it barbecue?
No. Go to my third one. It's ham. I get a little country ham.
It's always meat.
What vegetables do you know that are it's savory like a carrot?
Brussels sprouts, depending on how you cook them.
Well, sure, but
Roast them.
come on.
Potatoes.
Mash them, put them in a stew. What's potatoes, precious? potatoes.
And still get more of the floral on this one, like I said the first time through. This one's a little bit, it almost comes across as like been treated differently.
I know this isn't very spot on, but I get more exceptional with the nose. I feel like it's more exceptional this time.
I think before I said C was the outlier, but I think B might be the outlier. It tastes like it's got more age. It builds.
Ooh, more, yeah.
And becomes,
more build.
Yeah. But it's got like floral. It's very light at the beginning. It does not give me Jim Beam vibes at all.
It's almost like it's extra aged. Now, if this was not the 15-year, then damn it.
I don't know where I might, if you blind, like I double blind, I might put this in like the Heaven Hill camp.
Oh, interesting.
Double blind.
Double blind.
It doesn't taste like Jim Beam to me.
Double blind.
At least not compared to these other three. I know Bubble Bath.
Bubble Bath. I just love putting references in that someone's going to get and they're going to put down in the comments.
Yeah, this one's very outdoorsy, almost like vegetal, like earthy.
If you will indulge me,
leafy. This
one, by the nose alone, it smells kind of the most pedestrian. If that makes sense. It's not as...
It's the peasant swill. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, it's not swill. It's not bottom shelf. It's just...
Actually, all of these have been good, and it's kind of cool to see how they each are a little different,
It smells more basic. It's wearing Ugg boots. It's drinking a pumpkin spice latte. It's got the exposed... What do you call them? Exposed shoulders?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, the little...
Like a peekaboo shoulder? I don't know what it's really called.
Cold shoulder. It's more cold shoulder.
I don't know if that's what...
You're a girl!
I've never worn that shirt before. I don't see the point
shirts.
in the wearing...
Here's this part of my shoulder.
Just a peek.
No. Yeah, maybe
earthy.
More watery.
Nutty.
Yes,
char.
Nutty. But like Jim Beam nutty, not
it
creepy nutty.
It is leaning more Jim Beam, but like
this is like Jim Beam
like
bonded.
Distiller's Cut or bonded, yeah.
We say because it's 100 proof.
Right.
But no, more Jim Beam on the label, not made from Jim Beam and it's not Creek. More Jim Beam on the label.
Not to be confused.
No. And that little bit of dryness still there.
The nose on D has got to be my favorite.
The nose.
I think it's my favorite.
Bourbon D.
But again,
you got a nose.
As you said last round, it comes off the most desserty, and
yes.
I smell that and I'm like, oh, I just want to be wrapped up in a blanket sipping this. It smells so cozy and delicious. Not that I don't like these other flavors, but right now, this is really speaking to me. Syrupy, brown sugary,
watching Harry Potter
toasty.
On what used to be ABC Family. Oh, there's that sweetness.
It's got a little more sweetness this round.
Yeah.
But still with a like light baking spice.
A little bit more elevated than
kitchen-y.
Kitchen-y, yes. Inside
kitchen-y
baking
vibes.
Spices.
Kitchen-y.
It's got a kitchen.
You know how
to
your
it.
kitchen tastes.
Have you ever licked your kitchen? It's a lot better than that.
This is for you. I like it. I think my nose, the nose might be my favorite part of it. The mouth feels fine.
I like the heat. I like the spice. Yes, this was a prickly spice one. I enjoy that about this.
No, prickly spice was C.
No, it was D. Pretty sure. Let's roll back the tape. Pricklier.
Toasty woods and pricklier. Yeah.
Pricklier. It's not real time, so I don't know if I was right or not. We said C was the outlier. In round 2, we revised that to B.
C, piney and prickly.
I really thought I said that about Bourbon D.
I could be wrong. Again,
but
the tape
then
has rolled.
I could be wrong.
The tape has rolled.
Yeah.
It's too late.
You all know if I was right or not.
That's right.
Okay.
What's interesting about this, Chad, I think, is that the $100 one is not jumping out at me.
No.
Like, I think B could be it.
That's sort of where I'm leaning.
But not for sure. I think it's really trying to be different and older and
that's based on, like, I think it has some tobacco. I think it has some
it's developed
leather,
some more floor, but it also reminds me the least of how the rest of the Knob Creeks and Jim Beam flavor profile taste. And it would make sense if it were, because it would be the limited edition of the 4. So
not to say that
we don't know.
A limited edition Jim Beam, a limited edition Knob Creek can be exceptional because the 25th anniversary Knob Creek that was barrel proof, so
that one was really good.
121, 123 in that area. Oh, that was good. But it didn't carry an age statement. It was just, these are the barrels.
Right.
Here it is, not cut to 120, unadulterated, so good.
All right.
Okay, this is the part where we leave you. We start A/B testing things side by side that were not side by side before, so we can kind of, see how they play off each other.
He ranks, I rank. Then we reveal.
We reveal. Rank, reveal.
What's called results time.
Results time. So we will see you in results time. And we're back. We're back. Damn, that was tough. Let's roll the graphic.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bourbon footage. Okay, it's results time.
Our list looks very different.
What did you put in last place?
I put D in last place.
I put C in last place.
Okay, well, I put C in third place.
I put D in third place.
So we're flip-flopped.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. Our two lasts. Bourbon C is...
my third.
Wow, the small batch, 9-year, age stated.
So I put
Shock and awe. Shock and awe.
I put it in third.
Wow.
Okay.
Sarah's last place.
Or do you want to do...
Chad's third.
No, let's do it that way.
Bourbon D is...
Small batch, non-age stated.
Well, this is just going...
What? This isn't what
against everything that we thought this would accomplish. But
I thought...
that's why we do things blind.
Sure. I guess I thought that these would be more like intermixed with the older stuff, but it appears not. So on my first pass through, I really thought that D was my favorite.
Yeah.
Nose-wise.
Yeah.
And upon further investigation, it fell to the bottom, and I was unsure about A the first time around, and it quickly rose for me. So A is my first place.
A is my first place as well.
So I suppose we should reveal that.
Before we do that, let me just say that if we had picked a winner solely on round 1 and round 2, it would have been different than when we did our A/B testing back and forth.
Yes, definitely.
And sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't.
Right. This is one of the ones where like nothing from the first round stuck.
I think it's because we were dealing with 4 of the same expression.
Same distillery, yeah.
4 not even same distillery, 4 Knob Creeks.
4 Knob Creeks at 100 proof.
At 100 proof. It really became am I looking in a mirror? Am I seeing myself? What am I? You know, it's like, it was trippy.
It was very trippy.
There towards the end.
Yeah,
right.
Things definitely got shaken up.
Shaken up.
Shake it off.
Both of our first places, Bourbon A, which is a surprise if you saw this episode. First place for both of us, Bourbon A, is the 12-year.
Which means that the 15-year came in second.
When you started A/B testing, you're like, actually, this Bourbon B is not bad, you know?
No, it's not bad. It is.
None of them were bad.
None of them were bad. It is the most outside of the profile.
Mm-hmm.
And it does come across as older, but I think it also comes across as the least like a Knob Creek. And it's the most expensive, yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So, based on this feedback, I would get A. A as in the 12-year.
I would get still the 9-year age stated,
Well,
even though it came in last for me and third for you. It was so close.
So that's what we were saying when we were doing the side-by-sides, our little judgment time, is that we were having such a hard time, and I think that speaks to the fact that this regular small batch non-age dated and the new as in reintroduced 9-year are really solid in that they held their own against these other two. We went back and forth a lot, and the 2 older ones did end up coming out on top, but the amount of time we had to go back and forth and like really had to dig in, I think says something about how strong these other 2 offerings are.
Yeah.
In my opinion, now that the 9-year age-stated small batch is back, like you really can't go wrong with it.
No.
For $25. Now, if you have what I think is about $60 to spend on the 12-year, I think that you should if you're a Knob Creek fan.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there will say, well, I could spend the same amount of money and get a 120 proof single barrel that will probably be great. And I'm like, true, good on ya.
Yeah.
But we didn't throw that in here because it would stick out like a sore thumb.
Mm-hmm. The $100 one didn't scream, hey, I am the best.
No.
I am 4 times better than this $25 one. Even though it came in last for me and third for Sarah, the 9-year that is now on the shelf is a great value to roll my R's. It's a great value, and it should be celebrated.
I agree.
Yeah, there we go.
I agree with you, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. If you haven't subscribed to us already, hey, guess what? You can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos right down here. We hope to see you over there in those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay. Until next time, drink more bourbon.